live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice, Dish Network Channel 219, Pluto TV 240, Samsung TV Plus Channel 1175, Roku TV, Apple TV, Amazon Fire, and Select TV Channel 106. Remember, also follow us on all of the socials. We're talking about streaming on Rumble, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, X, Kick, Getter, Instagram. You're gonna find us at LFS6B Show on Instagram, and of course, like and share the show. Share it with your friends, share it with your family, share it with people you don't know. Just share the damn show already. We truly appreciate it. Paul Nolan is here tonight. He's got some news. Slick Rick is there. He's got some sports. Vinny is actually in New York. He's here. He's got some news as well. Right now, if you look at that, President Trump's Air Force One has just landed from his trip to the UK. So we're going to have that kind of sitting there. He may come down the steps and address the press when he comes down. And if that's the case, we will take that live. In the meantime, though, they're just, like I said, they've just landed. I think Aaron, did they just move the staircase into position? Okay, so, and usually from there it takes a few minutes for the president to gather up his, check his seat back, make sure he didn't leave anything behind.
Get his luggage.
Right, get his overhead.
Yeah.
And come down the stairs.
I don't think he gets his luggage.
Imagine
you don't
he's
think
going
so?
through the overhead.
You don't think he's like putting away his earphones that they gave him? No?
I don't even think that. No.
All right.
Nobody takes
Just
care of
checking.
that for the president. Too busy for that nonsense.
I know, Slick.
Come on.
I was making a.
We know you have plenty of baggage, but that's another story for a different show.
only corrugated bags.
And,
Yes.
and you're gonna need more than one airplane to carry that stuff around.
No,
I'll tell you.
a cargo plane there for that.
That's not a bad idea, by the way. Disposable luggage by Rick Delgado, made out of corrugated.
Yeah.
You bring it on your trip, you come home, you throw it out.
Throw it out.
You don't need to store it.
Or you save it for the next trip.
Or well, for you personally,
For me
I think
personally,
you have.
yeah.
That would complement his wardrobe.
Oh, check,
What?
please.
I told you, I
Tip your
will
waitress.
I will wear these jeans till they're shorts. Okay, that's just the bottom line. I don't care how many holes I
You
have.
heard
on
it
it.
here, folks. Another fashion icon in the
The
making.
Yeah.
Finlandia Swiss designer jeans.
Exactly. So, like I said, we'll be sticking with this, watching for the president when he comes down the steps, and see if he does address the press. I'm sure they'll have plenty of questions. I know there is breaking. Is there breaking news? I feel like there's always breaking news, especially at the top of the show. It seems to be the case. We've had an arrest of a man threatening Mamdani. We had, just tons of stuff going on. Trump, of course, being in the UK the last couple days, being really feted.
Can we talk about that?
Yeah, we'll talk about that. I got a couple clips of it.
Yeah.
Really being...
What a trip.
They rolled out the royal red carpet in this trip.
Some schedule.
It was pretty impressive.
Yeah, as they say in England.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, you know what? While we're waiting to see if the president comes down, let's go around the room real quick. Paul Nolan, how are you?
I'm well. I only saw one of his clips where he basically said he didn't want the Mayor Khan of London to be there because he's a clown. So I saw that today. I thought that was good. I tried to stay in touch with the Twitter feed and the audience today, but it was a rough day for me. This old boy had to do physical labor again.
Again?
I had a handheld jackhammer. And I had to carve out these big, giant, 40-inch spaces, and I had to make them perfectly level and square because the windows we had didn't fit. I don't want to wait 7 weeks for new custom windows. So that's right. Put on the hard hat, got it
Went to
done.
work.
And that's why I'm a flea bag. I had to drive one of my guys home out in Central Islip, and then I came right to here. So the first person who bitches and moans about me wearing a T-shirt, you're dead to me.
Wow.
I'm just kidding.
That's a little harsh.
I'm just kidding.
Came out firing.
You smell just a little.
I'm keeping my arms down.
Oh, that's a nice color shirt. I'm wearing a suit that color
Well, you know
tomorrow.
what?
Almost that color. Very nice.
Let's focus on the big screen as the president and the first lady, Melania,
There you go.
come down the stairs, and they're making their way to the bottom, of course.
And did they land in D.C.?
And do we know where they landed? Did they land at Andrews?
Or down in Florida?
Okay. Well, the president has landed. He's back in the United States. He's back stateside. Let's watch him as he crosses the tarmac here. Let's see if they're going to take any questions, answer any questions. give any answers to the gaggle, or if they're just going to continue. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to happen. It usually would have happened by now. And it's confirmed he is at Andrews Air Force Base.
Okay.
Or what do they call it now? Joint Base Andrews. That's what they call it.
Can
So
you
now
just
he'll be boarding Marine One, which will take him back to the White House. He and the First Lady heading back to the White House. So there it is, Marine One.
Like
there was a, you know what? There was a little bit of breaking news on there when they were getting ready to leave. I guess there was a helicopter issue with the part of the hydraulic system. While they were heading back to get onto Air Force One, they had to make a quick emergency landing.
Oh, boy.
And then they just, took care of the problem, got him on a different helicopter, got him right back to Air Force One, and there you see him. He is now safely back in the United States, him and the First Lady, so we welcome them back. Again, the president being feted, really, just a whirlwind trip to the UK. Right? You said, Paul, you saw a little bit of it?
I saw him on Air Force One talking about the speech issues over there and talking about the mayor, Khan, who's a complete dirtbag.
Yeah. What about you, Vin? Because I know you said you saw some of this as well.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I watched it. I watched all of the coverage, by the way. I just thought it was remarkable. I cannot tell you how many times I have felt proud to be an American during the first, 8 months of this presidency. There's so many things he's done that just make me feel proud, to be an American. And the way that they set up the dinner that they had the other night, I think it was last night, the way they've done every event, they've been remarkable. They even had the band playing YMCA.
Did they? I didn't see that.
That's
I sent a clip into Erin.
that's a nice gesture.
And it was remarkable, and also his interaction. You could just tell when you watch people and their body language when they're interacting, especially in a formal thing. You always look for the little things. Are they smiling when they talk? Do they make eye contact? This was a very positive, friendly thing. They came out with deals, but man, it just made me feel good.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
He's just killing it. I mean, I love it.
And if you saw some of the stuff there, Slick, did you see any of the coverage or anything online?
Yeah, I liked when he was walking through the Royal Guard. That was one of the most stunningly impressive things I've ever seen. Just, you see this great American, right? Greatest American in our history. Let's face it, it's going to be that, right? And he's walking through the Royal Guard. I mean, that was like so. That really caught me. Yeah. And I did see. Now, who was it? Which one of the sons that greeted him with the wife?
William.
Eric?
Prince William.
You mean the royal sons? Right.
A lot of respect and admiration the way they looked at the president when he was looking at the father there. When he was looking at Charles, it was that look in their face, and they were like at attention. And I mean. It could have been all for show, but to me, I felt a genuine admiration for the president and what he brings to the table.
Well, the political tides have turned in the UK as well. I guess it's going to be called Mucka. Make UK great again, because we saw what Tommy Robinson and what the people have done there, take it to the streets, chanted for Charlie Kirk, standing up for freedom, standing up for free speech. They've been oppressed for way too long. They have been at the center of the globalist movement of central bankers.
Terrible.
And they have been completely dominated and infiltrated by a destabilization of their entire culture. And people have had it, and they were told that they were racist for not wanting to lose their British heritage, their British culture. And let's all go on record as saying, when someone speaks with a British accent, there's a regal elegance to it.
Yeah.
They should never lose it to a Muslim accent.
Right.
I don't want to hear it. I am not a racist. I'm not an anti-Islamophobe or whatever it is. You're an anti-Christianite. I'll call you a name too. It's all bullcrap. It's all a lie. These people are standing up for their culture. They've earned it. Their parents earned it. Their grandparents earned it. Their great-grandparents earned it. Leave them be. Stop gaslighting them. And Trump is over there as a beacon of freedom and defiance to all of them.
Yeah, especially the ones that kind of kowtow to that type of mentality. Slick, you were talking about the president inspecting the Royal Guard. Here it is. Here is cut 4. Piers Morgan here has these pictures for us. on the president's historic trip. And also, I saw they were talking to people in the streets who couldn't even get close to where the president was, and they just wanted to be near the area where he was.
That's
It's amazing,
historic.
amazing to see
It's
the
history.
people in London flocking to the president like this when we're told time and again by the left, oh, we're so disrespected around the world. No, we're not. You are, but we're not.
I'm not buying that.
Here's cut number 4. Check this out.
No question. I think this is a real statement by the king and by the senior members of the royal family. I mean, it's very rare they all get together like this for a visit by a foreign leader. They're doing it to make a point. I think they recognize the world feels a little bit precarious right now. You have two
when he walked
raging
through
wars
like that was
in
the coolest
Ukraine
thing.
and in Gaza, and you have a lot of people, particularly since the appalling murder of Charlie
Look at that
Kirk.
hat.
I think
That's
the
a great
feeling
hat he's
is
got.
very
That's
tense
great, that
about
hat.
the way that
He's
issues like
almost as tall as
free speech
Shaquille
are going
O'Neal
in
with
the
that
world.
on.
And I think that the
If
royal
Marla
family
would have been
want to
like,
make
you
a
all
statement.
have
They
the
are
same
aligning
haircut.
themselves
I love the
very
president.
publicly today.
He picks up on everything.
President
He's
of
so
the
good
United
with that.
States, who they know actually believes in his,
Yeah, that
in his
to me
heart,
that is just so
fundamentally, the
regal.
principles of free
It is.
speech, as indeed
It's
do they.
beautiful.
So I think that this is it's a statement by the royal family. We're going to roll out the ultimate red carpet. And again, just to stress, I've not seen this done for any other world leader. This is unprecedented. And bearing in mind that Donald Trump is getting a second state visit, but the first one was for a different monarch. So nobody has ever, U.S. president or anybody else, has ever had a state visit
look at that.
with two different monarchs. So that, again, I think
That
is
to
an
me was
important
unbelievable.
thing
When I saw that,
to say.
yeah, I'm glad you have
Last
that
time
clip,
it was
Rick.
with
That's
Queen
excellent.
Elizabeth.
When I
This
saw
time
you
it's with
beaming
her
over
eldest
it,
son,
I had no
King
idea
Charles.
it would be this regal.
That is real
Yeah.
history.
Yeah, and again, as Piers Morgan describes it, it's real history. Never has a U.S. president or any other foreign leader come and had two audiences like that from the royal family.
It was stunning.
Unapologetic agenda looks like.
That's right. Piers said it well, though. No, not only have they never done that, but they're making a statement to their people and to us saying, hey, we're fed up, too.
Yeah.
And we're going to open the floodgates for you to help us.
Oh, we'll see what
hope
happens.
so.
Here is
hope
King
so.
Charles actually announcing a toast. And they do things a little bit different here in the UK for the toast. We could play a little bit of it, like 30 seconds, because it really just not much happens. Here's cut 5. Check this out.
Therefore, as we celebrate this unparalleled partnership, allow me to propose a toast to President Trump and the First Lady, and to the health, prosperity, and happiness of the people of the United States of America.
Now watch what happens. Now usually, after you say I want to propose a toast, you say something. I'm under the assumption now, after watching this clip a couple times, that nothing is said in the UK, or at least when the royal family does it. They all stand while the music is played, and that's the toast. There is no mud in your eye. Here's the swimming bow-legged women. None of that stuff. It's they just stand there
I don't think that's in
at
their
attention.
That
repertoire.
band,
Right.
The band is on point
So-
too. Oof.
Anyhow, so that's what happens. What? What'd I say?
Here's to bow-legged women. I mean, come on. Yeah, I can see Charles saying,
That would have sounded great in this English accent.
yeah,
Well, you never heard that one
bow-legged
before?
women.
Come on.
Yeah.
Watch Jaws.
All too many
Anyhow.
times.
All
The
right,
toast
we'll
was
take
the speech.
I
That
guess.
was the toast.
I guess that was the toast, right. There you have it. Then another minute standing there while they all wait to take a sip of the drink. We'll take a quick break, come back. It's a Thursday night, live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice, and on LI News Radio 103.9, linewsradio.com. Stay there.
Okay, women.
Here's the swimming with bow-legged women. You never heard
God,
that?
of
that
course.
term before?
I've heard that. I actually swam with them.
See, Rick
Yeah.
Slick is
I had a
actually
leg
on
up on them, though, those women, I'll tell
it.
you.
I'm sure you did.
I don't want to make any waves here.
Right through the gap.
Yep.
All right. Let's jump on a chat.
Check it out.
What did
We have to pick the game,
Network
Rick.
Today, Megyn Kelly was on the Charlie Kirk show with Jack Posobiec, and that they capture what we're feeling again about just how it just comes in waves, man. Yeah, you're doing all right, then you think it's for a second, you catch a clip, and you're like, this is, it's just
surreal?
And I hate, that's a word that got overused for a while, but it is fully surreal.
Yeah.
Rumble. Howdy, Rumblers. Oh, we forgot to do the pick.
It's okay.
We'll do the pick coming out of the break. Okay, Slick?
Yeah, that sounds
Because
good.
the game just
game's
started. It's still 0-0.
Nothing's happened. No, I know. It's not going to change who I'm going to pick.
No, I know. He already told me who he's got.
Yeah.
He's got Buffalo -11.
And a half.
I thought it changed to 10.
No, it moved.
was 11.
BetMGM was 10.5, and then it moved a point. Big money came in.
Wow.
Paul Nolan.
F-bomb? Yeah.
Aaron with the
Paul just put 100,000 on
language.
the Bills.
Yeah.
That moved everything over.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 100,000 pesos.
Do you know what happened with the Utah governor today? Sean Stafford on social media is saying that something came out. How do I feel about the Utah governor now? I did compliment him on what he said at the press conference, but something must have happened that...
I've had bad feelings about that guy since day one.
You have. You absolutely have.
I mean, I'm not
Something swarming
gushing over this guy, but I thought he gave a decent little presentation there when he first came out to talk about the murderer that was the assassin that was captured. Outside of that, I don't know the guy. I don't know much about what he does.
You guys don't decompress together?
We don't decompress together. But I don't know. I don't know what's out there. So I'm going to ask Sean Stafford, if you're out there, Sean, tell me what happened. And I'm more than happy to deal with those facts.
We got Billy Moore.
Sounds like a party line in here.
30 seconds.
What else we got here? We got Moon Pie in the chat.
Moon Pie, Kit Kat, Racing Benches.
Rain Donato, always got our back.
Farmer Brook.
Hey, but we should take a moment.
Farmer
to
Brook says,
Alyssa
damn,
Lane.
I got Buffalo
Thanks for,
-12.
Looking out for the chat here. Let's hit the like button. We're going to like for spite. We're going to beat last night.
All right, live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice on a Thursday night. It's Thursday night shirt night for me. As usual, I wear the same damn shirt every single Thursday because it's the only one that I could find that actually matches the doll that the fine viewer sent us, and it kind of matches as close as I can. I wish I could remember her name who made the doll. I wish she would contact us. Let me know because I do it every week, and I always forget to ask. Also, we've got Paul Nolan is here. He's got some news he wants to jump into. Vinnie Mac is here as well. Not wearing any Vinnie Mac gear, but he's here. He's got some news he'll jump into.
I have Vinnie Mac underwear on today.
Okay, good. We don't want to see that. Yeah. Let's do some sports, though, because Thursday Night Football is on tap. We need a pick. Let's do it.
Odds makers.
Thursday Night Odds Makers. Oh, Slick versus Aaron. Here we go. We got two teams from the AFC East. We're talking about the Buffalo Bills versus the Miami Dolphins up in Buffalo. Slick, who are you going with?
I don't know, but I mean, Miami's moving the ball. They're already at the Buffalo 40. I got to think about this pick now. Just underway the game. But I'm going to go with the Bills. 98% of the people in the ESPN poll feel that the Bills are going to win, which that doesn't mean they're going to cover, right? But it does mean they're going to win. But that's such an astounding number there. I'm going to go with Buffalo. I think McDaniel's there. I think he's getting towards the end of his time there with Miami. Tua Tagovailoa and Tyreek, they can't seem to connect as of late, although they made a nice little catch there for 10 yards. I really think that the reigning MVP, Josh Allen, is on a mission. This team is on a mission. This is a Super Bowl team, the Buffalo Bills in the AFC. I really don't see anybody really giving them a hard time, especially with Kansas City slipping a little bit now. So I'm going to go with Buffalo to ride it. Miami may score, make it interesting early, but I think Buffalo pulls away, wins by at least 2 touchdowns.
All right, very good. Aaron in the booth. Who are you going with?
I'm going with Slick on this one. I'm going to take the Bills over the Dolphins. They've looked absolutely awful the past 2 weeks. Their defense is horrible, and now having to turn around on a short week against Josh Allen and company up in Buffalo. Not that it makes much of a difference because it's September. I expect Buffalo to go 3-0 here, and I think they're going to roll. Unfortunately, even though I don't want them to, they will.
Yeah, well, you saw that offense firsthand last week at the Jets in MetLife Stadium.
They absolutely filleted my Jets.
Yeah.
And they're going to fillet these Dolphins.
They're a powerful club.
Yep.
All right. Well, there you have it. There are the picks. They're both going with the favorite. They're going with Buffalo Bills. So we'll see how that rolls as we go into the weekend. And remember, tomorrow night, the full-sized odds makers. Well, they'll be picking four or 6 games each. I forget. What are you guys doing?
4 games.
And do we have a
Guest.
a viewer?
Yes, we do.
And what is that viewer's name?
Our very own Farmer Brooke.
Oh, Brooke is coming.
Farmer
Finally
Brooke.
making his appearance this season.
Wow.
Farmer Brooke coming in.
All right. Well, Farmer Brooke will be returning to the scene of the crimes of his awful picks from last year and see if he can rectify things. Maybe a little cleanup on aisle. He stinks. So
Hey,
we'll
he's
see
been
what
picking
happens.
very well so far. He's been sending me his picks every week since preseason, and he has a winning record.
Yeah, he had to qualify this year. Remember, he had
Yeah,
he
but
needed to hit a
preseason-
certain number.
Preseason don't count, though.
No, but he's been sending me his picks every week, and I've been looking. He's been
counted
doing
for
pretty
him.
good.
All right.
It
Well,
counted for him,
Been
Rick.
looking.
He
He's
said-
been cooking.
Cooking.
he said he did take. I think he said he took
He took the Bills today.
Buffalo minus when they were at minus 12.5. I think.
Yeah.
At
Well,
some
Miami's
point,
on
yeah.
the move. They're inside the 10 here, so they're making a move. But even if they score a touchdown early, it's not going to make a difference.
All right, you heard it from Slick. Let's do some sports with Slick Rick. Slick Rick Sports brought to you by Mike Lindell's MyPillow. Go to mypillow.com. Use our code LFS6B at checkout. Slick, what do you got for us other than Thursday Night Football?
Well, before I get to scores, some big news for Dodgers fans. Clayton Kershaw announces big news about his career. After a legendary run with the Dodgers, Clayton Kershaw is calling it a career. The Dodgers announced Thursday that Kershaw will retire at the end of the current season. He will make his final regular season start at Dodger Stadium on Friday. Obviously, the Dodgers are in first place in the West. They will be in the playoffs. Most likely, they'll, too, make a deep run. They're similar to, like, Buffalo, probably a favorite. Kershaw's announcement does not necessarily come as a huge surprise. The 37-year-old has essentially handled his future on a year-to-year basis for the past several seasons, but made it pretty clear he would not play for any franchise other than the Dodgers. I always like to see that. Very old school. An 11-time All-Star, 3-time Cy Young Award winner, and 2014 NL MVP, Kershaw is a surefire Hall of Famer, likely first ballot once he becomes eligible in 6 years. Career record of 222 wins, 96 losses, and a lifetime regular season ERA of 2.54, which is absolutely excellent.
He's a stud.
Today's loaded baseball era, right?
Yeah.
Despite his age and health concerns, Kershaw managed to be a major contributor to the Dodgers in 2025. He enters his next start tomorrow night with an ERA of 3.53 in 20 starts, and he also notched his 3,000th career strikeout earlier this season. Another big milestone for any major league pitcher. So first ballot Hall of Fame career. I didn't realize how, he got old so quick. He was a young stud pitcher, one of the best, in the last 10
How many
years.
years is he in the league?
11 years.
That's
right?
it? Just 11?
That's what they said. 11th season. Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
Feels like he's been around long.
11. Well, no, sorry. 11-time All-Star. So he's in the league now. I'm going to say no. He's got to be 2014. So that's how many right there.
That's 11.
Yeah, that's
It's
11.
the playoffs that hurt
MVP.
him.
No.
So he's probably in the league 15 years.
The playoffs is where he didn't fully deliver. He had these great seasons, and
But the
it's tough,
Dodgers
man.
did win a World Series in the last, during
just won
COVID,
it.
they won. Yeah, and they won last year. So
Yeah.
he got them there. Let's put it that way. I mean, you got to give him that credit for sure.
What a career.
He's one of the best in Major League history. Absolutely. I mean, he didn't get to 300 wins, which is another big milestone.
Which is
for
a
guys.
huge one, and to fall 80 wins short. That's a lot. That's a lot of wins. That's a lot of starts you have to make
Yeah, he had
to
a
get
rubber
your 80
arm,
wins.
right? Didn't he always play? Wasn't he? You never really talked about him missing games, right? Didn't he have a rubber arm?
Not, yeah. I don't follow LA that closely, but I would think that he was pretty healthy.
Anymore, and they
Yeah.
weren't all mostly prima donnas. I would take the time right now and I would look up innings pitched every year for his career. But again, like I said, I've given up on Major League sports for the most part. I just don't care anymore.
No, I hear you. So that's
I do it for a living, so I have to care.
You got anything else there?
Yes, I do. Concerning reports emerge about Capital star Alexander Ovechkin's health. As you know, preseason is getting ready for the NHL. This is Ted Goldberg of Yardbarker. The Washington Capitals began their first day of training camp with an injury scare as star left winger Alexander Ovechkin left practice early with a lower bodily injury. It wasn't immediately clear if the injury affected the same leg that Ovechkin broke last year when a fractured fibula cost the Capitals captain 16 games. The injury was not severe enough to restrict Ovechkin from speaking to reporters following Thursday's practice. Per NHL's.com's Tom Galletti, Ovechkin sounded unconcerned about his lower bodily injury, but he added that the Capitals captain might not skate on Friday when training camp resumes. Now, remember, he just turned 40 this week, Ovechkin, which is amazing. Right. And obviously, he broke the all-time NHL scoring record by Wayne Gretzky. I don't think anybody in this lifetime is going to beat the assist record
No
for the total
chance.
points. That's never going to happen. I mean, Gretzky used to get credited for assists when he was pulling up in the parking lot, checking in security. We remember that.
He didn't even play that.
They used to give out a third and fourth assist. Listen, I was there. I know. But yeah, good stuff. But so we wish him well. I'd love to see the guy come out at 40 and have another good year. Not that we're Washington fans, boys, because we don't want them doing too well. But you know. And that's a wrap in sports. I'll get to the scores a little bit later. We got the pennant race cooking, and I'll break that down for you, too. Who's alive in the wild card and who's on the way out.
All right, very good. And again, Slick Rick Sports brought to you by Mike Lindell's MyPillow. Go to mypillow.com. Use our code LFS6B at checkout. Just a little update for you on Clayton Kershaw, selected number 7 as the number 7 overall pick in the 2006 draft.
Yeah.
At a high school, he played 18
years. 18 years. Wow.
So it was 18 seasons.
11-time All-Star.
11-time All-Star, 18 seasons. A couple injuries worked in there, which robbed him of some starts and some wins, I'm sure.
Which makes sense, right? 37, so he probably started when he was 20.
But to hit 3,000 strikeouts is huge.
Huge. And, I mean, not that he played for a bad organization either.
Right.
And he's always on the Dodger mound. They say the Dodgers have the most pitcher-friendly mound in all of history of baseball.
That's true.
So
yep, just ask Don
let's
Drysdale.
not give him as much credit.
Yep.
He's no Doc Gooden.
So there you go. All right, we'll take a quick break. Come back. We'll jump into some of the breaking news, some of the news that we've been talking about throughout the day, some of the things you may have seen throughout the day as well. We've got that UFO stuff. I promised last night I am going to do it tonight. No one can stop me. Not even if you're a little green guy.
All right.
All right? We'll take a break. We'll come back more live from Studio 6B. Real America's Voice. Stay there.
He talked good about Charlie. He did. No, he was questioning.
Chat live in the
came
chat.
after him, I think, right?
Obviously, it wasn't anything.
He came out after Jimmy Kimmel. I saw that story.
Got the YouTube?
Jimmy Kimmel, where was the joke? You're a late night host. And obviously that has a comedic attachment.
Yeah, he schooled him for that.
Where was the joke? Obviously it wasn't anything.
There was
funny.
no joke.
Yep.
The joke was his career. That was the joke. Because
I mean, that's the shocking thing of all of it. Like, usually there's a little punchline. I mean, he had nothing.
there was none.
Zero.
It was just straight lie and
Jimmy
hate.
Kimmel. Oy.
Uh,
This
Lot
is
to
the
talk
thing.
about
This
there.
is the
Yes.
difference of free speech and a free market. The free market thinks you suck, bro. You're a horse's ass. Nobody cares. You're not cool. You're a hypocrite. You're a clown. And you think it's because you're a victim. You're not a victim. You're a tool bag.
Well, he's going to play the victim big time. But he's also in that insulated L.A.
Bubble.
Bubble.
Did
My
you see,
God,
that-
it's like a cult brainwashed to think some way, and you watch him, and you're like, "What happened to you and Corolla?
Yeah.
You guys used to be
Yeah.
funny."
And Corolla's still funny.
And
Corolla's great.
Did you see Patton Oswalt came out in defense of him? If you're Jimmy Kimmel and Patton Oswalt is standing up, you're like, shut up. I don't want anyone to know we're friends, you pedophile. You know, Oswald's got some reputation around Hollywood about being an A1 creeper, like an absolute predator. That's like everybody talks about him in Hollywood being just rock bottom guy.
A creep.
YouTube chat, Stormy Sky. Please do UFO stuff. Love the little green guys. Pretty cute there.
You got plenty of them here.
Yeah.
Hey, stop talking about Slick like that. He's wearing pink tonight.
I wear green now and then. I like green.
Yeah, he's wearing pink. Let's all be careful.
I like green.
Hey, Miami's up 7-0, Slick.
Well, like I said, they might go down the field.
Very exciting. I don't know why the NFL does nothing
What
for
a
me.
throw.
Wow.
Catch that.
Almost catch.
Got to catch that.
Oh, they got the flag.
Chat live in the chat.
What a throw. I want Josh Allen to win a Super Bowl.
Me too.
So how do you order an English muffin in England? Do you order an English muffin or is it just muffin?
Muffin.
But it's
like,
not really
it's like
a muffin.
when you go to China. Do you order Chinese food or just food?
How about French toast in France? Is it just toast? I mean, yeah. But the China reference, it's a good one. You just want food.
I just want food.
Yeah, not Chinese.
What you guys call food? I would like that. Please fill my plate with it.
What do you want tonight?
And they come back with.
Studio 6B, Real America's Voice on a Thursday night. Welcome back to the program. Also listening to us live in your car, on your computer at linewsradio.com or 103.9 LI News Radio. In the Long Island, Nassau County, I guess at night you can get us in Connecticut as well. It might carry across the water. You can sometimes pick. I picked up stations like Long Island stations in Florida at certain times of night. It's the craziest thing.
Yeah.
So you never know where that signal could end up. But we'll talk about that kind of stuff later. In the meantime, I think the big
Bermuda
story
Triangle.
what we were kind of
Virtue signaling.
some of the guys were talking about in the break, and we talked about it last night, and the story continues to grow. Talking about Jimmy Kimmel being ripped off the air, basically because of his comments regarding Charlie Kirk. And it's gaining more and more. You see everybody on the left coming out, having their say. Oh my goodness, this is fascism. This is authoritarian. This is how this all happens. Yes, this is how it all happens. We watched it happen in 2021 when anybody who tried to say anything about a virus or a vaccine was simultaneously shut down. We saw it happen. You're right. Welcome to the party, pal. Where you been?
Yeah. I go to Roseanne Barr on this one.
Yeah, Roseanne Barr, another great example.
The hottest TV star at the time.
Canceled.
It canceled over something that she said.
Go to President Trump. Canceled.
Yes.
Trump was canceled.
Trump was canceled. Yeah.
It's true. He was taken, and Jimmy Kimmel mocked all of them. Mocked Roseanne. He mocked President Trump. All of President Trump's followers, anybody who said, I'm having second thoughts about this vaccine, he thought those people should die. Not a joke in there.
Not a joke in there.
He did.
Not a joke in there.
I saw the clip today. I mean, it's an outrageous clip.
Yep.
You know what the left doesn't understand, and I was, by the way, Rick, you can probably appreciate this. I went and had several battles today over the Jimmy Kimmel canceling.
Really?
Nice.
People are in support of him.
Many of my liberal friends. And the first things first, they claim Trump did this. Okay, Trump did not do this. Just for anybody out there who's still even thinking those things, Trump did not do this. They're claiming because of this FCC thing. Here's how it really works. How's that a business really works? ABC is a network that's over the airwaves. That's a spectrum that is, the public owns that. They have to go through the FCC to get approval. It's pretty simple. But in this case, their stations are distributed through Nexstar and several others. Those distributors, they carry the show. And if they're not happy about any programming, they'll not carry it anymore. That's what happened here. Kimmel crossed the line. And he's crossed the line a number of times. And the affiliates basically said, this is not good for our business.
And Vin,
end of story.
Isn't it fair to say that they were looking for an excuse to get rid of him anyhow? I mean, his ratings were worse than Colbert, and they wanted to get rid of Colbert.
Economically, he and Colbert are so underwater. And Kimmel's ratings, by the way, are the lowest in 10 years. He has, I think, 1.1 million people watch that show.
Right.
Collectively, the Colbert, Kimmel, and Fallon, Carson had better ratings, and so did Jay Leno, than all three combined.
It's out.
Right.
All three combined. That's how bad they are.
So the landscape, they actually help change the landscape where nobody watches late night TV.
That's true.
I did not know that.
For a lot of reasons. There's other reasons.
There's a lot of reasons. They're right.
I mean, you got so many streams now. People go home and they watch Netflix.
I understand that.
YouTube.
But if they were still great, if they were doing great at what they did, people would watch.
Exactly.
That's the bottom line. And Vin makes a good point. He talks about the distributors, but it also comes down to the advertisers. Being that I've had some experience in this losing advertisers thing, If you make your company enough money, they will forgive anything.
Oh, absolutely.
Why? Because it's about the bottom line.
It's a business.
Right. It's a business. Look at Howard Stern. Yeah. Look, of course, he's degenerated to basically nothing at this point. But at his height, at his strength, he could say whatever he wanted and get away with it because he knew the advertisers weren't going anywhere, and his company knew the advertisers weren't going anywhere. Because that is the bottom line. If they can't make money on you, then you're not worth anything to them.
Let me jump into that for a second, because this relates to us, by the way, and our own network in general. So the advertisers do drive the ball. So the distributors who distribute the show do it so they make money on the advertising. The advertising's not coming in, boom. So that's one piece. All these hysterical liberals out there talking about Trump, the FCC. Let me give you a quick education. Blacklisted all conservative networks by the ad agencies and the procurers of advertising, these pipes. Now it's all done electronically and digitally, so you're in these systems. The conservative networks are blacklisted. If you go watch, for example, Fox or Newsmax or Real America's Voice or any of the networks out there that do conservative content, and they'll go turn on CNN or MSNBC and look at the ads. Look at who's advertising on those networks. Right. They have used reverse here. Kimmel gets canceled because he's doing terribly, and he said something that was terrible. We are trying to survive here, and in order to survive, we need ad revenue. In order to make this work, it's a business that needs, to be fed that way. Yet the Biden administration did this, by the way. Obama started it, but Biden finished it. They have blacklisted these conservative networks for real. And that is one of the reasons they're trying to shut us all up.
Right.
And so we're not doing that to Kimmel.
As a matter of fact, Elon Musk was also going after that group that was put together to strictly, like you were just describing,
he was a victim.
Blacklist, right? Because he was a victim because they used it on him, and once he bought X, they didn't like that, so they went after his advertisers, and that's how they did it. They did it as a collective. You notice it's a collective. Where have we heard that before?
Yeah.
But anyhow,
exactly.
You talk about all the people that have come out. Here is, you know what? We had the ass clown on yesterday, and he got blasted by Kash Patel, but he's back today.
Kash is my hero,
he's
man.
He's back. Here he is. No, not Kash. I'm talking about the guy who got his ass blasted. I'm talking about Representative Eric Swalwell from California.
I got this one too.
Check it out. This is cut number 1.
Yep. Chinese spy for 500, please.
Help clown himself, Eric Swalwell. Check it.
Congressman, I see you are wearing a hat. What does that hat say?
You're damn right I am, John.
Yeah.
I was a guest on the Jimmy Kimmel Show. He every night has a right to come into any house that wants to watch and entertain Americans, just as Greg Gutfeld on Fox has a right to be not funny and go on his network and entertain Americans. It's a part of who we are, John, and frankly, it should shake every American that the President of the United States is out there firing comedians who make fun of him. That is not who we are, and every American should care and stand up to this.
Yeah,
and of course, stop lying. It's just absolutely.
Where's this reporter? Like, it's obvious that's not the case. And what he just said was a blatant lie. Where's the reporter not questioning him on this thing?
It's the narrative.
It's typical.
You've seen it before.
No, I know.
It's like they go into it like they have their sales pitch meeting going in. All right, how are we going to sell this BS? All right, you want me to play it straight? You want me to pump it up? It really looks like they're trying to sell a sham wow.
Yeah. And he's doing a terrible job because he stinks.
Yeah.
Speaking of somebody else who stinks, Scott Jennings over at CNN, he doesn't stink, but he does level this journalism professor named Jeff Jarvis as they talk about the Jimmy Kimmel thing. Check this out. This is cut number 2, and just pay attention because it's a good one. Cut 2.
You use the phrase propaganda, Professor, and I just have to ask you, what do you consider what Jimmy Kimmel was doing every night, or what Stephen Colbert was doing by having on only Democratic guests? Jimmy Kimmel Monday night flat lied about the shooter. Back in the spring, he egged his audience on in cheering on the violence against and wanting, kind of wishing, I think, the downfall of a publicly traded company, Tesla. Do you consider that to be propaganda? Is it good for a business?
Do you consider that to be
engage?
free speech, Scott?
You use the phrase propaganda.
I'm asking you. You used the words free speech before. Do you consider that free speech?
I consider it to be speech. and he's obviously free to
will
say
you
it.
defend that speech in this country that will defend to the death the speech of others? Will you defend?
Pause it there for a second.
Can I just jump in 1 second?
Because you may have the same point that I do.
Oh, then go for it.
No, go.
So you see what the professor did there?
Yeah.
He asked a question, and what does he do? Because he knows he's cornered, he asks a question. That's what they teach you in boarding school or prep school. That's what they teach you in debate clubs.
Debate school.
Go on the offense.
It's because they know they're cornered. If he was remotely honest, he would have said the answer, and then he would have then passed it back with the same question, which is a valid question, but it's not valid when you use it as deflection.
But this isn't about free speech.
This is not about free speech. This is about free markets.
All these lefties don't understand this. If I made a movie and I had dialogue in there that the guy investing in it or the market didn't want, I'd have to take it out. If you have a TV show and you're saying things that are inappropriate or whatever, it would be taken out. It's not free speech. Right. It's a business. If you're in your job and you go tell your boss to go to hell, that's not free speech.
No, it is free.
That is free speech, but you get fired.
See,
but you have the free right to consequences.
Right. But also, when you're talking about free speech, and this is what I caught from the journalism professor, I wasn't sure if you caught it too, is that he says, do you believe that this is free speech? Or do you defend his free speech? And it's like, well, yeah, I defend his right to say it, and he doesn't go there. But I saw where the potential was, where, I'll defend your right to, Jimmy Kimmel, I'll defend his right to say what he wants. I won't defend what he said. That's the difference. But I'll defend his right to say it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Of course.
Right? And that's where this professor tries to go and squeeze himself through. And I don't think
to Vin's point, Vin, you made it very clear. This is about business. This is about the free market making demands. And look no further than the influence of Chinese Communist Party in Hollywood, making sure that scripts are rewritten in a way that does not reflect badly on the CCP. So, because why? Because they fund these projects with massive amounts of money to propagandize our citizens. Yeah. That's all part of this ridiculous, the ridiculous structure of mainstream TV and media.
And I'll give you two examples. John Cena, when he kowtowed to China, and Tom Cruise when he didn't kowtow and put that Taiwan patch on his flight jacket for the movie Top Gun 2. Aaron, let's finish up this clip while we still have time.
Do I defend Jimmy Kimmel going on television and saying that a shooter from the left...
his right to do so.
He has a right to do so, but he does not have a right to have a television show where he lies his ass off to the American people and attacks half this country on a nightly basis.
Whoa. Hold on.
Scott, I'm not going to tell you anything you don't know here. You sometimes offend people. I hear about it on the socials. Do you think that you should then be held to the same standard that you're asking for? That if someone says that you're offensive, that you're not doing civic discourse, that CNN should kick you off? I'm not worried about you and that happening to you in the present regime, but I am worried about other people in this building.
Two things. We don't fall under the same statutory regime. A. B. I expect to get fired every day. This is a tough business. And if I were Jimmy Kimmel, I'm surprised that a guy who once wore blackface and caused large-breasted women to jump on trampolines lasted this long in the media business to begin with. He was long past his sell date, and the fact that he couldn't realize that and was going down this road of partisan hackery, being unfunny and demonizing. That's where
yeah. So there you go.
Scott Jennings the best.
Scott Jennings killing
it.
Well,
he is fantastic.
Yeah. So there you have it. Scott Jennings laying waste to the professor as he tries to get him. Oh, would you defend this? Yeah, you have the right to say it, but it doesn't mean I have to defend what you say. There's a difference. It's always in the words. Kesh Patel found that out yesterday, unfortunately.
And there's a difference between over-the-airways TV and cable.
Yes, big difference.
Big difference.
And Jimmy Kimmel's more than happy or more than welcome to go do what Tucker did and start his own.
Yeah, exactly.
What
Brian did it too.
Right, what did the market say? Tucker's great.
Yep.
#1 podcaster in the world.
Exactly. All right, we'll be back live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice, and Long Island News Radio 103.9. Stay there. Are you going to be there?
He'll be talking it up tomorrow night when we see him.
Chad live in the chat. Is
Sherry
going
Merrill
to be there? That's the question.
We did get the T-shirt, Sherry Merrill.
Freedom.
Rick and I were arguing over the medium and the large.
The schmedium.
Yeah. He
It was
claims he's a
written in the
medium.
note.
Yeah. Rick covered his car with Damon's shirt till he gets back.
Yeah. We made a full gown out of
I could
Damon's
cover
shirt.
both of our cars with Damon's shirt.
You can make a wedding party, a wedding gown, and a party of 5 with that
I
shirt.
got a 3-ring circus parking there.
So she was asking if we got them, and I'm to letting her know we got them.
Oh,
We're gonna wear them, right? We're gonna wear them.
Yeah.
We're gonna wear them. Yeah, wear mine tomorrow night.
Yeah, tomorrow night.
Might be a little, light on me because I'm a medium. Okay, make a note of that.
Hey, Rick, in the Rumble chat, Nassie 1993 says she made the doll, Melissa Nassie.
Oh,
Melissa Nassie.
Let me find it.
That was good one, friend.
When we get back, I want to talk about free speech again for a minute, okay?
Yeah.
Keep your mouth shut.
You better come to me. I'm just going to jump in. He's working it.
All right, what'd you say, Frank? Because these guys were too busy free speeching in my ear.
Yeah, they do that. Melissa Nassie.
Melissa Nassie.
It was Nassie, I think. Where was the number? Oh, it went past me.
Nassie.
1993, I believe.
Thank you. And we got Les Durham in the YouTube.
Melissa, thank you so much. I love this thing. Everybody thinks it looks like me, especially when I wear this shirt.
He's got a little too much hair, though. Les Durham, $5 in the super chat. Right. I enjoy LFS 6B chat, talking. Patriots, and Slick Rick, and Rick Delgado, and Papa Nolan, and Vinny, and Aaron, and Fran.
How you doing?
Les Durham. Very nice.
What? That's right, Aaron. Come on, Aaron.
UFO stories coming up at the top of the hour.
What?
UFO stories coming up at the top of the hour?
Oh. I'll wait for 9:30.
Oh, man. Inquiring minds want to know.
Being asked why Jesmyn Crockett is still in Congress, and the reason is they haven't redistricted Texas yet. But I believe her seat is one of the ones that might get cut out, which would be wonderful. We're going to have a big party.
Down on her stupidity.
Oh, I got more of her stupidity.
Oh, my God. You're not a criminal if you commit a crime. What?
She's priceless. Yeah, I wonder what her take was on Jimmy Kimmel. No, we'll spare us.
Oh, she had one.
Oh, I figured
it was pretty brutal.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But it was actually...
Live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice on a Thursday night. Welcome back to the program. Slick Rick has got sports. We'll do that in just a few moments. We've got an update on the Thursday night odds makers, Bills, Dolphins game going on in Buffalo right now. Paul Nolan is here. Of course, he's got some news. But Vinny Mac is here. He wanted to continue with he had some more thoughts on the free speech debate that we were having last segment. Vin, what else did you want to make sure that people know about?
Well, so we covered the idea of free speech within a business. So a business does, you don't have the same freedom that you would just as an individual. Jimmy Kimmel can say anything he wants right now. Anything. His free speech is not restricted. However, he worked for a company, and what you say has consequences. The thing about free speech that really got me thinking today, as I really was trying to dive into this whole subject, we have freedom of speech, except you can't yell fire in a crowded room, right? That's one of the big...
crowded movie theater.
A crowded movie theater.
It's a myth, but essentially you're not supposed to, but there's...
Well, I think the idea is that...
the idea.
You can say anything you want, but if you say something that puts people in harm's way, that causes violence or something like that, it's not applicable to freedom of speech. That's my understanding of it. And I got to thinking, well... Wouldn't the same thing apply to someone who says President Trump's Hitler? Wouldn't the same thing apply if someone says President Trump's all MAGA are Nazis? Like they're inciting violence. Hence, Charlie Kirk was assassinated. Okay, we don't have to look any further. Donald Trump was just barely missed being assassinated. But it would seem to me that those types of words that we hear all the time from the left breach the freedom of speech liberties we have here, because they are inciting violence. They're saying something that provokes someone to make a violent act, like saying fire in a crowded movie theater or something like that. I think they are straddling a line that's not legal at least in my view. Well, I'm just curious what you guys think about that, because I started pondering that today, and I'm like, well, why can they say that? That is dangerous.
Well, as a free speech absolutist, I believe that should be no restriction on what anybody ever wants to say. For me, the only solution is more speech. Two things happen with free speech. One, that nobody becomes the arbiter of what they like and dislike and then gets to tell you what you can and can't say. So that to me is the most important thing, because once you cross that slippery slope, what's going to happen next is someone's going to use it against you. Number two is we get to know who these jackasses are. The more these morons have a mic in front of them, like yours truly, and the more they say...
Are you calling yourself something?
The more they say, the more we know who they are, where they stand, and what they're about. For me, Ilhan Omar is a perfect example. I don't want her speech stifled. I want her to be in front of a mic 24/7, because everyone who's on the fence or didn't really know what she's really about are really understanding. From this point forward, she's a psychopath. She has no business. She's a CIA creation, and every time she is on a mic, she's out above her skis, and she proves herself to be a complete moron. So for me, I don't want anybody restricting any speech on any subject ever, even if you're a slanderous bastard like Kimmel, because what happened? The market spoke. And when the market speaks, everything takes care of itself.
I think that's fair.
And I equate that to, Paul, what you're saying with the gun debate as well. You know, it's like, oh, well, you know, there should be something. No, there shouldn't be any. Because, again, you're trying to equate someone else's reactions to what everybody else is going to do. That seems unfair to me.
Right.
Because let's face it, you can have a gun. I've had a gun in my house for years. It hasn't shot one person.
Right. I mean,
you know why? Because there's a common denominator. Whenever a gun goes off, there's usually a person attached to it making that happen.
Usually.
They're not AI.
Right. That's the common denominator. It's people, not the device, not the car, not the gun, not the knife, not the hammer, whether it's a Thursday night, what have you. It doesn't matter.
I knew it.
Right?
I knew it was coming.
I can understand the absolutist side of that, though. I think you both make great points in it. And maybe it was just me getting angry that, you know, they're calling ICE agents Gestapo.
Right.
And that causes people to take shots at ICE agents and causes danger. To me, like, that's crossing a line. But I think the absolutist side of it on both of those issues is probably right where it needs to be. I just don't like it.
And what's crazy is that
I'm with you, dude. I hate it.
One supports the other, right? One and two, they kind of support each other.
You know, to me, when I hear somebody telling me that I got to give up my guns because there was a murder from a lunatic, I'm like, all right, so I got to give up my guns because this wacko behaved like sorry, there was just a rape over there. You got to take your wang off. I mean, it's the same correlation.
Yeah.
So anytime there's a rape, everyone's got to lose their. I mean, it's the same exact
or this
thing.
drunk
It's
driver
outrageous.
just hit someone and
take
killed
away
them.
The cause.
You know?
These people are nuts.
Yeah.
I lose my rights because your constituent's psychopath?
That's how the left works. It's all about a socialist view of everything, and it's got to be, you know, everybody. It's not individualistic like it is supposed to be in this country.
Let's punish the group for the actions of one or just a few.
And at the end of the day, these are just talking points. They don't really care or believe in anything. They just believe in the talking point of the moment. Right. And look at Swalwell, the Chinese spy lover. He should have had his hat that said, "I love Chinese spies," because that's what he really did. He's out there blaming Donald Trump for Jimmy Kimmel getting fired, which we all know is ridiculous. But this is, I think you brought that up, Paul, the talking point that they all huddled up on. And a memo came out and said, CNN, this is what we're going to say. And they all go for that.
The 3 a.m. memo goes.
That is
like the love story between the trans Bob and the shooter. Mm-hmm. Their romantic, ridiculous, scripted.
That guy had to take it back, man.
It was so touching.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
I'm touched by the relationship.
So am I. I'm touched by everything.
Yeah, it should be a lifetime special.
Speaking of touching, let's touch Slick Rick in sports and see what he's got going on. Slick Rick Sports brought to you by Mike Lindell's MyPillow. Go to mypillow.com. Use our code LFS6B at checkout, and you'll be touching some great stuff from Mike Lindell and the people at MyPillow. Slick, what do you got for us?
All right, well, let's get to that Monday Night Football game in Orchard Park, Buffalo. Right now, tied at 7, but Buffalo is on the move. Looks like they're going to be going in for another score shortly. Right now, Josh Allen, 6 of 7, 59 yards, having a pretty good game there. Kincaid, the tight end, just missed one right in his breadbasket there for a touchdown, but I think they're going to go up 14-7 here before we get to the half. Just about, what are we, just 12 minutes, 3 minutes gone in the second quarter. So looking good there. Let me get to some baseball scores too. Obviously, the playoffs heading up now. We got 10 games left in the season. The Reds are still in it. They are right now 2.5 games out of the last wild card spot, trailing the Mets, who own the last wild card spot. 1-0. They are leading the Cubs in the top of the 8th. Bottom 6, Yankees are up 3-0. Yankees are in the number 1 position in the AL wild card right now, 2.5 games up. They're leading 3-0 over the Orioles, bottom of the 6th. Every game very important here. Angels 2-1 over the Brewers, end of 6. Brewers have already clinched the division in the NL Central, and they're on to the playoffs. Guardians 3-1 over the Tigers. Guardians also still alive, 1.5 games out of the last wild card spot in the AL that is held by Boston. Mets have won 6-1, important game for them to secure their third and final spot in the wild card. Rays over the Blue Jays 4-0, not playing for much there. Red Sox trail the Athletics 5-3. Boston again with the last wild card spot needed that win, but unfortunately they slipped, so Cleveland was able to pick a little bit up there. Mariners over the Royals 2-0. Marlins 9-7 over the Rockies. Giants, we talked about Kershaw earlier. Well, they're playing the Dodgers. Kershaw's pitching tomorrow night, though. 10-10 first pitch. Dodgers are already in as well. They're looking good. They lead the NL West. And that's pretty much it for this segment, Rick. That's what I have for you. So
right.
14-7 Buffalo has just gone up here.
Score update.
There we go. The old flip there. Josh Allen. I couldn't see who caught that, but that was a touchdown. 14-7 Buffalo leading. Looking good, Aaron.
I've always liked Buffalo, by the way.
So there you have it.
Yeah,
Slick
me
Rick
too.
Sports brought to you by Mike Lindell's MyPillow. Go to mypillow.com. Use our code LFS6B at checkout. When we get back, Paul Nolan and Vinnie Mac got some stuff. We'll get into that in just a little bit. In the meantime, fast. Again, it happened again.
Where'd the
Fast
time go?
Hour 1.
Very fast.
Really?
On a Thursday night.
So much fun when Damon's not here.
I did not know that.
Just kidding, Damon.
Where's Damon?
Watch it. He's gonna smash me he's gonna hit me on top of the head and break both of my legs.
He's watching in the closet of the hotel. Wherever he
I
is.
put him in my trunk.
All right, we'll take a quick break. We come back. More live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice. 103.9 LI News Radio. Stay there.
In honor of our leader.
You know, Slick, that's just that's completely uncalled for, and I love it.
That's a good one. Hello.
Jeez Louise.
I was talking in it with an English accent all day, just watching the whole thing. It was great.
I'm so lost. I thought it was Monday night.
Oh, jeez.
Thursday night football, not my glittery goddess. Rick, I think you meant Thursday night football, and you are right, glittery goddess. I did mean Thursday night football. I did not mean that. So,
you know what Danielle Marie says in his free speech thing, Rick, is that so people are canceled by saying the N-word, but people can call everything Hitler and Nazi, right? Probably the most
Nazi's the N-word too, right?
Well, yeah,
Let's be
but
honest.
not the same way.
It is.
Think about that's such a great statement, and it's so true, and it's so hypocritical. You know, the N-word, which is horrible. I don't want to advise anybody to use it. No, well, no, there's no reason to say it, but the double standard's right out there, pretty clear. You know.
I'll let you climb that hill alone.
I'm not climbing. I'm really just making an observation of hypocrisy, which is very easy to do with the left.
In the break.
Astrotech says Nazi is my N-word. All right.
Okay.
Ooh, what was her name? Bang Bang Shrimp or something? KT Frog. I think he's talking about Swalwell.
I am not.
No, it was Fang Fang, not Bang Bang. Not Bang Bang Shrimp. It was Fang Fang.
People are screaming for UFOs here.
It's coming, 9:30.
You told them that last night, too.
No, I know, but then we had to take that Steve Bannon thing.
Yes.
Because he predicted he made the plea about Antifa being designated a terrorist group, and we were able to grab the clip, and we had a pretty good discussion around it.
What did you conclude there? Can we actually ban a domestic organization like that as a terrorist organization?
There are things that they can do. It would have more teeth. I was listening to some lawyers talk about it today. It would have more teeth if Congress actually passed a law.
Oh, yeah. Where is that?
Where they can do that, because it'll give it more weight, and they won't be able to just, next administration say, we're not going to do that.
I can do it.
Don't do that.
I love it. Yeah, Rick, actually, Lurch in the chat, the YouTube chat, he says, don't let UFO stories go by again tonight. It was so bad he changed his name to Lurch because you left him in a lurch last night.
I left him out there.
You rang. Did you see the Donald Trump?
Live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice on a Thursday night, shirt night. Dish Network Channel 219, Pluto TV 240, Samsung TV Plus 1175. Shut up, Slick. Roku TV, Apple TV, Amazon Fire, and Select TV Channel 106. Of course, if you're in the chats over on the Rumble with the Rumblers, the YouTubers on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, X, the Twixters, Kick, Getter, Instagram. We appreciate it. Please jump in there. Expand those communities. Great people in all of them. Let's run through some names. If you've got your favorite names or some of the chats up, feel free. Drake99, Dunlap at McGroin, Grateful, Doc Scout.
Pulling my chain.
Yes. The Hoser 56, Hassenpfeffer, of course, Astrotech 2. These are all Rumble people.
Oh, the Rumble.
We hit the like for spite, please. Can we ask everyone to hit the like?
Yeah, hit the like.
These up. And Rav is really looking out for us over there, over at the, try to build up the YouTube chat. So come on, let's get him some love over there.
Over in the Twix, you got Charles Barkley's Shorts. You got Donita. You got D. Lavaca. Farmer Brook is in there.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if Farmer Brook is nervous about tonight's game. Also, Skeetsman, Rebecca B. Conserve My Energy, Elsie San Diego, Commander Mike. Just a few of the great people, including Gloria Powers over in the Twix. Slick, how about you over on the YouTubes?
On the YouTubes.
You got anybody on the YouTubes?
We got Dennis Allgood. We got Loretta Bogan. We got Ankh. We got George Pierce Sr. Ted Tala. Moonpie. We got Moonpie. Moonpie's over
Turnpike Man in the house.
Broke Spoke, of course, he's in there as well. The Turnpike Man. Yep, absolutely, Paul. We love Turnpike Man. Brian Belford coming in hot.
Hey. You know what? Who I'm missing?
Bill Moore, too. Bill Moore.
Let's send some love out to Child of the King. We haven't seen her in the chat for a while.
Yes, Child of the King.
And Mikey AZ, we know he's going through some stuff. A couple other people are going through some stuff.
Marianne Mack we have here. Cats B.
Yep. Mike Sands is always around the house.
Ravmod 3 over in the Chatterbaiters on Getter. Don't forget about
Chris
them
Allen.
over there. Linda C. Fletch,
Glittery
1985.
I want to drink beer with Chris Allen.
You got to know Fletch.
Yeah, Fletch, 1985, and Damon's Revenge over on Getter. Two of my
all
favorites.
ball bearings.
It's all ball bearings.
Don't forget our Facebook folks, man. We got lots of them out there. Tony Keller, Lisa Prokaska.
Somebody said hi to Damon in the YouTube. Is Damon in here?
He could.
Damon might be out there.
Damon might be Lurch.
Hey,
You rang.
I have a chat question, and it's got to be on a scale of 1 to 10.
All right.
How savage was Donald Trump's tweet about Ilhan Omar today? If you haven't seen it, look it up, check it out. I want to know on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most savage, was this truth that he sent out today, boy? I got to be honest, when I'm reading it, I was laughing my butt off. I thought it was just absolute classic Trump. Absolutely hysterical.
Hey, there is some breaking news I just spotted here. Ray Douglas is mentioning this. University of North Carolina on lockdown 10 minutes ago.
Oh, no.
Let's look into that, see what's going on over there.
Spencer Munchu, we got it, 7.
All right.
Moonpie 10. Okay, yeah, the tens are starting to come.
Hey, Vicky Stevens.
So we'll see what happens with that. In the meantime, let's kick it over to Vinnie Mac. Vinnie Mac, what is on your mind, my friend?
Well, I got something that is really, really positive. There's so much good news, and I like to hear good news because Trump is every day, I feel like, who said that last time on the show? Every day feels like Christmas, Yeah. It's just crazy. Trump's just killing it. But I saw some really great news. ICE, which, by the way, ICE, I think they came about around after 9/11, right? That's when ICE was formed to arrest terrorists and pedophiles and all these things.
No, not ICE.
Homeland.
That was HHS, yeah.
HHS.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about ICE. ICE is out there arresting terrorists. They're out there arresting pedophiles. They're arresting a lot of really bad people. And for some reason, they've been villainized, of course, by the left. But here's something that just opens your eyes to say, what is the rest of the country really thinking? Because they're not thinking what the left tells us they're thinking. And I'll tell you what they're thinking. We just got 150,000 more applicants to become ICE agents. 150,000. It's a huge number. I bet you they maybe got 4,000 or 5,000 a year, in the past to become ICE agents. But they have a jaw-dropping amount of applications, people who want to become ICE agents. And what does that say to you as a society? We're fed up. Let's get the illegals out of the country. Let's get the illegal criminals out of the country. Let's get the pedophiles out of the country. They're making arrests left and right to keep us safe. So there's a piece of good news. And if we had nobody wanting to be ICE agents, you might look at it and say, what's wrong? Why come we can't attract people who want to perform that duty? You could make that argument, by the way, if you want to be a police officer in Los Angeles, why the heck would you want to apply for that job with how badly they treat you? Or in Minnesota? Or in New York City to some extent. But I've always had a ton of admiration for people that become firemen, become police officers, do anything in a sort of a public safety thing where they risk their lives every day to keep us safe. And to see these numbers, it's a testament to the Trump administration. It's a testament to what ICE is really doing. But it's more importantly, a testament to how we all really feel about our country, not what we see on the news by most of the mainstream media. So I wanted to call that out. And I also wanted to talk a little bit about what Trump accomplished in the UK, besides the amazing events and the way they treated us, which was spectacular. They made a big deal. They made a big deal, $350 billion deal between the U.S. and U.K. tech companies. Has to do with power and energy consumption and a few other things. The whole idea is based on how do we win the AI war. So we're partnering up with the UK. Tim Cook was out there. I don't know if you guys saw Tim Cook at the dinner, and lots of other high-profile technology folks. I was surprised to see them at the dinner. I'm wondering, what are they all doing there? Now I know. They cut this huge deal. So in addition to all the other deals they cut with the UK for tariffs and so on and so forth, here's $350 billion being allocated for something that is super important to both of our futures. So Trump went there, did the dignitary thing, and then he cuts the deal. Yep. I mean, these are unprecedented things. We're living in unprecedented times with this president. No one's accomplished more than President Trump does in a day. I mean, I feel like his day is their year, maybe their 4 years.
Well, he's an unprecedented president in that his business background, he seems to be able to kind of combine both the political and the business just right, and be able to put these deals together while he's doing state work. So it's a credit to him being able to kind of mix those two worlds together and get these great outcomes.
And he can walk and chew gum at the same time. And when's the last president you saw that can actually do that?
Well, the last one couldn't even walk. So.
Yeah, the last one couldn't. And as much as I loved Ronald Reagan, he was my favorite president, man. And I loved him. I just thought everything good about our country, Ronald Reagan represented. But Trump has kind of taken this to the next level because he's got the Ronald Reagan, I feel prideful, I feel good about the country. And then he's saying, and by the way, here's some gifts. Here's all these tariffs. We're going to pay down the debt. Here's all these business deals going to create jobs. It's just a win, 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 win. So I'm thrilled. I want to keep winning.
Yeah, we're not tired of winning yet. Let's hope it continues. Nope. Paul Nolan is here as well. He's got some stuff that he wants to jump into. Of course, Paul Nolan, what do you got, my friend?
So I just want to go through. I've been following a lot of Mike Benz, and Andy Ngo, and quite a few people who have been really doing a great job of uncovering and tracking the roots of Antifa and how structured, how powerful, and absolutely organized they are. There is now information being exposed that not just Portland's Rose City Antifa and some of their major hubs, that there is now evidence that's starting to come to surface that they were planning full-blown attacks across America to incite civil war. What's also going on right now in the streets of New York City, people who appear to be paid provocateurs. There are a bunch of, I'm just going to say, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this or not, there are a bunch of Antifa-looking people walking down the street of Times Square chanting F Charlie Kirk. And apparently they're all in black garb, and they're all doing what they can to incite riots, to incite violence. Antifa knows that they couldn't win on the issues. They couldn't win by rigging elections. They couldn't win by stuffing ballots. They couldn't win the court of public opinion and sympathy anymore. They knew they were losing at every level. So what they do is they create anarchy and division in the streets. And if you want to check out my, I'm going to be on top of this as much as I possibly can, doing deep dives on it. And if you don't mind, maybe following me over at X, it's Paul_Eggs Nolan. If you could just give me a follow. I try to follow back as anybody who kind of interacts. I just try to follow back. Paul_Eggs Nolan. But Antifa is at large. Antifa is a terrorist organization. Their days are coming to an end. Don't take the bait. Let them do their thing. Let them run their course. They've overplayed their hand, and I don't want to beat this point up too much, but this is this.
What about George Soros in all this? What about Antifa? They have to get money from somewhere, right?
Without a doubt, his NGOs and his Tides Foundation and hundreds of his shell corporations have funneled a ton of this money, and not just that, the USAID money and other scams that have circumvented. Legal channels have been making their way back to these rent-a-riot animals, and like things like the queers,
the armed queers,
and
and 764.
Yep.
What about Paul? I'll ask you about this Mike Benz clip. Cut 16. Do you want to play that?
I think it's a perfect time to roll it if you want.
All right, let's go with cut 16. Here's Mike Benz talking about Antifa, what we were just talking about, and Trantifa as well. Check this out. Cut 16.
You have this State Department Trantifa network. They serve as militant boots on the ground in Europe, in South America, in Asia. And I pointed this out. When you're talking about these networks, you even see Republican support for it. I pointed this out in Bangladesh, for example. Last year, when the Biden administration ousted the democratically elected prime minister in a coup, what was happening was the State Department was funding their little CIA cutout groups like the National Endowment for Democracy. Documents leaked online of the IRI, the International Republican Institute, which is the Republican wing of the National Endowment for Democracy, and their baseline assessment of the situation in Bangladesh and what options could be used by them with State Department money to destabilize the country, to bring it to its knees, because they did not expect to be able to win the next election. And a big part of that destabilization strategy was working with the transgender community in Bangladesh. I mean, this was a Republican Chamber of Commerce operation, and yet you had the Republicans spending millions of dollars on the Bangladeshi transgender community because they could be easily radicalized and serve as the boots on the ground fodder against the democratically elected government in Bangladesh. And so you had them funding transgender dance festivals, transgender education clinics, transgender music and cultural events. You had them juicing the financial funnel of the entire network through all these different philanthropic or arts and cultural style names. But what you're doing is you're paying the people, you're paying the organizers.
Yeah.
It's just unbelievably, it's just so corrupt. I just can't believe this stuff goes on at the level it does. And what we think we know, it's 50 times worse.
Yeah. And what's sickening is that it's coming from us. I love being Team USA, rah rah, let's go country, but we shouldn't be doing that kind of stuff around the world.
Republicans are attached to it is despicable.
Exactly. That's where the unit party term comes into play. And this is why even today, Congress couldn't censure, Ilhan Omar. Couldn't do it. Why? Because Republicans voted against it.
3 Republicans. Terrible.
Shame on them.
Unbelievable. All right, we'll take a quick break. We come back, more sports and more.
The Omar thing is a matter of, she's a CIA creation. She has absolutely, positively no business being in government
anywhere near where she is.
No way. She shouldn't even. I mean, she came here under a lie. Well, I mean, she lied in her pathway here. Her brother was her husband, and she should be deported just for that.
Oh, yeah, remember that? Yeah, she did.
Yeah. Linda Dooley corrects me, or at least provides little criticism, about Ronald Reagan, because I did say, I felt real great pride during the Reagan times. I think I was 18 at the time,
yeah,
maybe
it was
19.
Good days.
But she said 2 things that he did. One is the allowed pharmaceuticals not to be accountable to vaccines.
Yeah, that was the Dole-Bear Act.
Yeah, so that that was not good. And the other is allowing foreigners to come in and buy our land. Those 2 things that she thinks.
And he also allowed more than one person to own media in a market, which led to the collusion of these mega national gigantic corporations owning everything and kind of controlling all the media. Now, I think the Dole-Bear Act was an innocent mistake. I don't think he was corrupted on that one, but so anyway.
Well, they're fair points, and
nobody was perfect.
I liked Reagan because he made me feel good about being an American, but he might have done some things that maybe we all don't agree with. The vaccine thing, there needs to be accountability coming here, and RFK is on a path to make that happen. So let's just say that's going to get fixed at some point.
Do you guys want me to read Trump's truth about Omar?
Yeah, we can do it after sports.
Do you have any truth serum?
I don't know if I should do it now but I want to do the tinfoil hat stuff.
On the air.
Oh, do it on the air.
Yeah, definitely. We're on the break. We only got about 1,000 people watching.
Kathy Brockman says Omar is openly loyal to wherever she's from, Somalia, not the U.S.
Oh, Somalian pirate.
And we see,
beautiful.
Totally.
Go wrong there.
And we see that with a couple of these people. Who's the Palestinian one? The
Khalid.
Yeah, Khalid. They're all.
The CIA does. The CIA does is they pump a person up in that district, and then they import tens of thousands of immigrants of that nationality to change the congressional seat. It's a scam.
I was channeling my inner Damon on this one. I feel stressed. It's not about that. It's could be back taxes. Luckily, I don't suffer from that, but maybe you have. And if you've missed April's deadline or your books are a mess, don't wait a day longer. The IRS is cracking down. Penalties are adding up fast. 5% a month, could be up to 25% if you're not filing, but there is help, and all you've got to do is reach out. Reach out to Tax Network USA. They can take the burden off your shoulders and stop the spiral of those worsening tax burdens before it gets worse. They've helped thousands of Americans, whether you're an employee, small business owner, or haven't filed your books in years. They'll take care of it, no problem. They've seen it all and know exactly how to clean it all up with direct access to the powerful IRS programs and expert negotiators on your side. Tax Network USA knows how to win, and they'll win for you. You'll get a free consultation. If you qualify, they may even reduce, or eliminate all the money you owe. Believe it or not, but you got to give them a chance. So reach out to them. More importantly, they'll also help you protect you from wage garnishments or bank levies. So don't wait a moment longer, because this could be happening to you quicker than you think. Don't wait for that next IRS letter. Call 800-908-8000 or visit tnusa.com/RAV to talk to a real expert at Tax Network USA. That's 800-905-8000 or visit tnusa.com. Take the pressure off. Let Tax Network USA handle your tax issues at tnusa.com/RAV, and you'll talk to a real expert at Tax Network USA. Now, I know you realize that there are a lot of different choices when it comes to these things, these little things here. Your cell phone service, and there are new ones popping up all the time. You see the commercials, you see the offers, but here's the truth: there's only one that boldly stands in the gap for every American believes that freedom is worth fighting for. They're called Patriot Mobile. For more than 12 years, Patriot Mobile has been on the front lines fighting for our God-given rights and freedoms, while also providing exceptional nationwide cell phone service with access to all 3 major networks. Don't take my word for it. Ask the hundreds of thousands of Americans who've made the switch and are now supporting causes they believe in simply by joining Patriot Mobile. Switching is easier than ever. You can activate in minutes from the comfort of your own home. You keep your name, you keep your number, you keep your doctor, you keep your phone. I'm kidding. You keep your number, you keep your phone, or you can upgrade. Patriot Mobile's all U.S.-based support team is standing by to take care of it all. All you got to do is reach out to them, 972-PATRIOT. That's 972-PATRIOT. Or go to patriotmobile.com/Trump UK. That's /Trump UK. Use that promo code for a free month of service from Patriot Mobile, patriotmobile.com. All right, let's get a score update in Buffalo, as well as do some sports with Slick Rick. Slick Rick Sports brought to you by Mike Lindell's MyPillow. Go to mypillow.com. Slick, what do you got?
Well, Miami just got a little life there right before the half here. 2 minutes to go. 14-7, Buffalo leads. Buffalo was inside the 15 looking to set up for a touchdown. They tried a field goal, and their kicker, Matt Prater, kicked one well south of the equator. He missed the thing clearly. So with that missed field goal, Miami's currently on a six-play, 41-yard drive, and they have the ball at the 41-yard line of Buffalo. So they're knocking on the door. Maybe they're going to get some points before the half is over. The line on this is 11.5. So right now, Buffalo is not covering. They're only up by 7. So
Miami's hanging tough.
Yeah, 14-7, and not surprised, but I still think Buffalo will pull away. They're moving the ball really well. Just a little lack of execution there at the end. And here's somebody who did something great for his sport, also talking about Charlie Kirk, and that's Dana White. Blown away by Charlie Kirk's assassination, says his daughter is destroyed. This is Ryan Morick of Fox News. The sports world continues to be shaken up by the assassination of Charlie Kirk last week. Kirk was shot while debating at Utah Valley University and died of his injuries soon after. Many prominent figures in sports reacted to the news, and in a recent appearance on Logan Paul's podcast, UFC President Dana White shared his thoughts. I just woke up and my phone was blowing up. I was bleeping blown away, White said. As dumbfounded as White was, he said his children also took it hard. I was actually surprised by how impacted my kids were. My kids used to watch him on social media. My daughter, she's 19, she's in college, and she's been just destroyed over this thing for the last couple of days. You have to feel horrible for his family. It's bleeping crazy. You know, he likes to use emphatic words there. The fact that it happened during what he was known for, which was just peaceful debate and conversation, which was a pillar of American virtue, added Paul. This country was built on people having conversation and talking to people maybe you don't always agree with, and hopefully reaching a resolution, or even if not, saying we respectfully, but that's not a lot of the times how progress is made. I'm reading as he was speaking. When you are unable to talk, shoot, and go to violence is just so pathetic, Paul continued. It's so weak, and I think it's actually against everything that was in America. White replied, that's what happens with people who aren't intelligent enough to debate. Paul also said he really respected Kirk for his ability to step into a room and be the person who he said he was. Well, Tyler Robinson, we know, is charged with aggravated assault. But, obviously Dana White has a big audience himself. Mm-hmm. He influences a lot of people. And it's something to see him talk about his 19-year-old daughter in college and the impact that it's had on these young people. And there you see a case of an older guy in Dana White, right? And then his kid. So parents and kids are coming together on the same level with Turning Point USA, and Charlie Kirk. I really think now, with his wife being voted in as the CEO now, I think it's going to be an amazing venture that they take, and I really think they're going to take off, and it's going to be something special. I think they're really going to unite a lot of people at all different age levels, which is great.
I read that 54,000 inquiries to start a new chapter.
Wow. Yeah. It was 37 and change on Monday. They've added.
I believe it's up to 50.
It keeps growing. I mean, what do they have, like 1,100 or 1,200? And now they've had, 58,000 requests for chapters, like you said, Paul?
Yeah. Just incredible, and, really. So it's great to see.
Charlie effect.
He's going to have such a unifying. He's going to leave such a unifying, legendary. What can I say?
As great
impact.
as that we've all heard he was, and his memory and all the things he did.
Legacy. That's
his legacy. We haven't even scratched the surface of how really impactful this guy was.
I agree.
All those young people that, like the one, you just mentioned. I mean, so many people affected that we really had no idea of that level of effect. We haven't even scratched the surface of really how great this guy was.
And not only that,
31 years old.
And not only that, you think about. Because it's gotten so much attention. I mean, it's everywhere around the world. We've seen the impact. We've seen it on social media. Now it's not only has it taken on its life of its own, kind of exposed. But think about, because those clips are on social media, they're going to be there forever.
Forever.
That's right.
Charlie lives forever.
Think about how kids that maybe they maybe heard the name, but they didn't know what it was about. And all of a sudden now they're checking it out, and now they're getting sucked in, going, "Oh my goodness!"
Yeah, he's a whole history course now.
What are they talking about? This guy, there was nothing wrong with this guy. I agree with this.
And when history looks back and says that he was a racist, misogynist, this, that, or the other thing, and history proves that wrong, they will know they rang the wrong bell, the Democrats and the communists, and the people will never ever look back at this great awakening, if you will.
Oh yeah.
Hey, you know what, Aaron? Can you play the people in London? It's a 17-second clip.
Do you know which number it was?
Amazing, right? Amazing.
It's just amazing.
Yeah, and they're talking about 100,000 people descending on Glendale, Arizona, and State Farm Stadium for Sunday service at 11 a.m. West Coast time. 100,000 people they're expecting. They can hold up to 73,000 in the stadium, and it's already been called out to have the same security as a Super Bowl and the Boston Marathon. It's on that level, that number one level for Homeland Security. Yeah. They're going to be deploying a lot of resources because they want a peaceful
it was Jason
and well-protected area.
Talking today. He was at the event in Utah, and he was just saying Charlie insisted on adversarial people with different views, pushing them to the front.
Yes.
Let's get them in the front. Yeah. Let's get them talking. I want to hear them. Don't push them away. You gotta love that. I mean, he welcomed that discussion.
He's a hero. He's
I can't say enough good things about this guy.
Well, that was the town square, right?
Yeah.
The best.
Bringing it back. All right, so we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll do some more with Paul Nolan, more with Vin. I have the UFO stuff, Slick.
They're waiting. Don't leave them in a lurch.
Speaking of alerts, Damon is out. He'll be back on Monday. In the meantime, quick break. We'll be back. Stay there. What?
I hope he never gets concussed again. That poor kid, man. So I might as well read it here. Ilhan Omar's country of Somalia is plagued by a lack of central government control, persistent poverty, hunger, resurgent terrorism, piracy, decades of civil war, corruption, and pervasive violence. 70% of the population lives in extreme poverty and widespread food insecurity. Somalia is consistently ranked among the world's most corrupt countries, including bribery, embezzlement, and dysfunctional government. All of this, and Ilhan Omar tells us how to run America. P.S. Wasn't she the one that married her brother in order to gain citizenship? What scum we have in our country telling us what to do and how to do it. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Make America great again.
Yes, public service announcement brought to you by.
That is savage.
And she's brought all of it to Minnesota, by the way.
Yeah.
What?
She's brought all of that to Minnesota.
Oh, yeah.
She's right in the heart of the country there.
What's on a scale of 1 to 10?
Talk about a snow job.
Most savage.
Oh,
Where
getting
does
in.
that rank? Is that a 9? It's got to be at least a 9, right?
That's why we love him, man.
This is great.
He
says
calls
the
him
things
out.
that no one's got the nuts to. Oops.
Now you're in
Guts
between the
to
break.
say.
You could say anything.
It's just hysterical.
We are not on over-the-air Spectrum TV like ABC. We're on
platforms.
We're a platform. We aren't the same regulations there, Paul.
Exactly.
Hey, can I give you guys a quick story? My men's Bible study group, we reconvened on Tuesday, and a young man there, Tommy, worked for TP USA when he was in college. Tommy had a substance abuse and an alcohol problem, and Charlie always, no matter how busy he was, would always, hey, Tommy, how you doing? Can I pray for you? How's it going? Never not encouraging him. No matter how busy Charlie was. This kid's telling the story, and he's so choked up.
Oh.
And, like, he's just, this kid is real. You can't not be so proud of this kid. He's 26 now, and he just said that the way he talked about Charlie on a human level, how he treated him, he's like, I couldn't believe he remembered my name, let alone remembered everything that was going on in my life. He said, every time he walked in the room, you were thinking that you were looking at a future president. Everyone just talked about he had such a larger-than-life charisma. Yeah. It was impossible not to be drawn to him. Yeah. I thought it was a really awesome
He had a charm. He had a way of speaking. He was brilliant. He just had so many great qualities, that commanded respect.
One of a kind.
And attention. Really was one of a kind. You're right.
Charlie
Hopefully
Kirk
there's
Act.
more.
The Smith-Mundt Act, the Charlie Kirk Act.
Live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice on a Thursday night. Also, you're listening to us on your car radio. It's 103.9 LI News Radio, or on your computer, linewsradio.com. We appreciate it. Also, everybody in the chats, thank you. We appreciate it. I know Paul just threw out a survey, a little chat line survey, because he read Ilhan Omar's quote. President Trump's truth about Ilhan Omar. And on a scale of 1 to 10, how savage do you think that was? I especially enjoyed the last line. P.S. Wasn't she the one who married her brother in order to gain citizenship?
Oh,
what
by the way.
scum do we have in this country telling us what to do and how to do it? Thank you for your attention to this matter. Make America great again.
Hysterical.
That's a great question.
It was a long flight.
Yes.
I love it.
And a great P.S.
She is just the worst of the worst.
Yeah. Between her and the other ones, yikes. Just a disaster when you think about it. Hey,
UFOs or what?
I think it's about time because, let's face it, it happened last week after the events of last week. It's tough to focus on anything but what unfolded not only on the 10th but on the 11th. But last week on the 9th and the 10th, the Congressional Oversight Panel signaled it was taking the UFO stuff seriously during a hearing that included a group of whistleblowers, a video showing a missile bouncing off a flying orb, and demands for transparency. The chair of the House Oversight Committee and Government Reform Subcommittee, being chaired by Representative Anna Paulina Luna from Florida, began the nearly 3-hour hearing on identified anomalous phenomena, also known as UFOs, by saying it was past the time to acknowledge their seriousness. We're talking about others that were involved in this hearing, including Nancy Mace, Tim Burchett, one of our favorites. You had a bunch of Congress members involved asking questions. The Florida Republican, I'm talking about Anna Paulina Luna, said this is not science fiction or creating speculation. This is about national security, government accountability, and the American people's right to know. More than 700 reports of UAPs were made to the Pentagon in 2023 alone. The same year, the Congress held a hearing where members alleged a government cover-up, but despite more reports of UAPs and more official acknowledgement of strange events in the sky, I mean, just look back to November and December with the all those drones flying over New Jersey. Nobody's ever been able to answer it.
Yeah.
Committee members expressed concern that federal authorities are suppressing information and that military whistleblowers are remaining silent over fears of ending their careers or ending their lives. Believe it or not, we've got I got a few clips here.
Great.
What's the big story here, though? Like, what happened? Was there a sighting of some kind?
There's one particular, there's one particular new piece of video that was released, and it revolves around these flying orbs. You know, that seem to be the big. It's not the saucers these days. Now it's a flying orb. They don't know what the hell these things are, and there's one being tracked and gets shot at by the U.S. military and
dodged the missile.
It didn't dodge the missile. It deflected it.
Oh, it deflected it?
It deflected the missile, and then the orb broke off 3 pieces, which continued to follow the orb.
Let's let it
and fly into and fly in formation. Cut 15. Check out this video.
Are you aware of anything in the government, United States government arsenal that can split a Hellfire missile like this?
White thing that comes off from the side? Boom.
And
that hits.
Do whatever blob thing it did and then keep going.
Coming in
Nothing?
from the side.
All right. How about you, Chief Wiggins?
And it deflects off.
Oh wow.
Now,
nothing to my knowledge.
When they enhance it, you can see there's 3 little pieces of that orb that continue flying with the orb.
They were like flying together.
Right, almost in formation.
Yeah, wow.
Which is amazing piece of video.
How come...
and the military can't identify it.
I mean, we got HD TV. We can't have a better video than that grainy 1973 film?
That is extremely zoomed in.
Yeah.
That's why it looks like it's going so fast.
Right.
It's filmed by a guy named Sapruta.
So here is cut number 11. Here's cut number 11. U.S. Air Force veteran Dylan Borland talking about his own close encounter. Slick, you'll like this one. Cut number 11. Check this out.
And as I began walking towards the light, towards the flight line and the track, the light then flies across the base, across the flight line, and as it flies to me, a triangle manifests around the light. I can't tell you if it's active camouflage. I can't tell you if it appeared around the light, but I can tell you that it was a white light, and then it was a triangle. It stopped about 100 feet in front of me and approximately 100 feet above me. My telephone got extremely hot, completely froze, dead. I remember how thick it was. It was between 1 to 2 stories thick, equilateral triangle. I could never see the top of it, and the edges were 90 degrees. So the craft itself was this black metallic flake paint, but on top of the craft was this gold, lava, plasma, some type of fluid going over and around the craft. I'm under this for about 2 to 3 minutes, and then the center light flashes 2 to 3 times, no sound, immediately shoots up to commercial jet level minimum, in my opinion, and I immediately feel static electricity all over my body, and then I smell the smell of after a thunderstorm or lightning storm, that really strong summer thunderstorm smell.
Yeah, and that's an object he observed, and others did as well, over Langley Air Force Base in Virginia in the summer of 2021. Here is Borland. Again, it was a 15-minute, I think, all told, encounter that he had, and afterwards he was pulled aside and told he'd better keep quiet. But here he is, cut number 12. Check this out.
And do you think that, in your opinion, that the equilateral triangle was the U.S. government's technology?
I did once upon a time, but knowing what I know now, I'll have to answer that question as Skiff, probably.
Well, my next question is, you teased us, so knowing what you know now means what?
I know enough to know that if you want an answer to that question, go to Arrow. They have the answer.
Do you think it was a foreign government?
I do not, no.
Yeah.
Well, man,
what is Arrow?
Clammed up.
Arrow is ARO. I forget what that stands for, but it might be in here. Also, Representative Eric Burleson was involved in this hearing as well. Here is another U.S. Air Force veteran. This is Jeff Nucatelli testifying about the size of what he saw. This is cut 14, and again, this happened over Vanden Air Force Base by this guy. Cut 14. Check it out.
This event, now known as the Vandenberg Red Square, was
referenced by Representative Luna at the first hearing on this topic. Official Air Force records of this event are in possession by Aero and the FBI. Later that night, while I was on duty, security guards at a critical launch site reported a bright, fast-moving object over the ocean. I responded to the incident. Chaos ensued over the radio as the object approached rapidly. I heard my friends screaming, "It's coming right at us, it's coming right for us, and now it's right here." Moments later, I heard them say that it had shot off and was gone. When I arrived on scene, I talked to 5 shaken witnesses who described a massive triangular craft larger than a football field that hovered silently for about 45 seconds over their entry control point before shooting away at impossible speed.
Yeah, I believe ARROW stands for Army Research Office.
Wow.
So if you're looking for that, here is also, and again, this is all under oath at the hearing. This is George Knapp. He's a longtime UFO journalist with his statement about what he knows. Cut number 13. Check this out.
You know, the public has been told over and over since the late 40s, there's nothing to worry about here. These mysterious craft seen by millions of people in the skies, in the oceans, over the land are not real. They're not a threat. The witnesses are wrong. They're crackpots. Don't believe it. That changed for me. What got me hooked is the paper trail. Documents that were squeezed out of the U.S. government after the FOIA, Freedom of Information Act, became the law of the land. And those documents paint a much different picture than what the public, the press, and Congress have been told over many years. The documents from military and intelligence personnel behind closed doors admit that, quote, these things are real. They're not fictitious. They can fly in formation. They're evasive, and they outperform any aircraft known to exist, including ours.
Yeah, so there you have it. Again, George Knapp, he's a longtime UFO journalist who actually got into this because he wanted to debunk it and hasn't been able to, and is now
I thought it was Rip Van Winkle. I didn't know what it was.
Chasing the government around for information on these things. And the last clip I've got, Paul saw it a lot. I saw it a lot. He was also in the committee hearing talking about Representative out of Tennessee, Republican Tim Burchett, and he's also had some. He's been chasing this stuff as well.
He's a quote machine.
Yeah, he is. But listen to what he says as he's being questioned after he leaves the committee hearing. Cut number 9. Check this out.
What if these are entities that are here on this earth, that have been on this earth, that who knows how long, and that we think they're coming in from way out. Maybe they did millennia ago, but they're here, and they're in these deep water areas. And that's why, like we say, we know more about the face of the moon than we do what's going on there. And we have a higher propensity of sightings around these 5 or 6, I believe, deep water areas. And so to me, it just it creates a question there. And then when we have naval personnel telling me that we have these sightings and that there's these underwater craft they're chasing that are doing hundreds of miles an hour, and the best we've got is something that does maybe just a little under 40 miles an hour. So I got a lot of questions about that stuff, and
yeah, a lot of questions.
That's as candid as it gets.
Especially from him.
These things that are living under the water, like crazy concept.
And Rick, Tama S. in the YouTube chat, I hope Damon is listening to this UFO stuff. I'm the one who sent out God all that Roswell stuff, and I also believe. So she's the one who sent Rick.
Yes, all my toys.
Yes, yeah, so she's in the chat.
But yeah, what Burchett is talking about, he's talking about these deep water anomalies. One is located right off the coast of California, and right near Catalina Island.
Yeah,
where they say there's a lot of sightings where they see these things come and go from underneath the water. They believe there's something underneath there. So I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there.
We've investigated deep space, but we have never investigated deep waters. Pretty trippy when you think about it.
Or we have, and we kind of know what's there, and we're, not going to
Let's just leave it alone?
Yeah, let's just leave it alone kind of thing. You never know. What do you think, Vin?
A little skeptical. I'm a man of faith, so I don't know what this means or doesn't mean. There's enough little smoke there that there are certainly some interesting things there that can get you thinking about all of this. But after all this time, all these centuries, I just would think by now we would have made contact or had a little more proof or something like that.
Yeah.
Or maybe there has been contact and we're just not privy to it.
And that is all possible. But,
Top secret.
That's what I think. And we'll see if anything comes out that's concrete, then fine. Willing to see it.
Because let's face it, I don't want to say it, but I'll say it. There's a reason we don't go back to the moon, isn't there? What'd they say? Oh, we lost the technology. We did?
That's like losing the recipe for ice.
Yeah. Anyway, something to think about.
Regular ice.
We can continue this in the chat. If anybody on the chat wants to chime in, feel free. We got one more segment coming up. We'll do a sports update and one more time with Vinnie Mac and Paul Nolan live from Studio 6B. Stay there.
Francis is
It's
funking
funky.
out that. Funky.
What the hell are you laughing at?
Aaron's.
It's got the nice funky fuzz, this song. I like it.
Correction. Arrow is A-A-R-O.
Oh, come on, Rick.
Yeah, I knew that.
Fran dug this up. It's called Anomaly
Get it on target, will you?
Resolution, All Domain Anomaly Resolution Office. Easy for them to say.
That whole segment was an anomaly. What are you talking about? Big D just called me up.
Yeah.
Now that's an anomaly. He doesn't watch the show when he's not here.
Or use the phone.
He's watching. He's on it.
Or use the phone.
Oh,
See?
yeah. I'm sure he is.
He's probably mad I wasn't interrupting him more.
I'm surprised nobody was interrupting.
Now, well, you got some good stuff there.
You were on a roll. You were on a roll, and you've been.
It's your wheelhouse, brother.
That's it. Your orbit, baby.
Trying to get a nut.
It's your orbit. I'm in a different galaxy.
All I know is Kevin Downey Jr. has a radio show, and that's really about all I got right now.
Speaking of being in orbit, yeah, Kevin's got his own show.
So you want to talk to aliens? Go listen to KDJ's show, and he's got a lot to say.
Yeah. What are the
Yes,
folks
Damon,
on
I'm
Pluto
the
saying?
only one reading X tonight. No one else has checked in.
I'm reading X. I don't see them.
I haven't been on X.
Did Damon actually block you on X? That'd be funny.
No, I can see everything.
That would be classic.
Oh, man.
Oh, 2.1 watching on the X.
Well,
feed.
yeah.
Nice.
I don't know what's going on with that. It's like 800, and then it's 2.1. It's, I don't know. I missed something here. But whatever. We got folks in the chat.
Randy Adams says Delgado Googles Shag Harbor UFO. Shag Harbor.
Oh, I've heard about Shag Harbor.
Yeah?
Shag Harbor.
He's well
Isn't
on
that on the
Shag
North
Harbor
Fork?
there, Randy.
It's been a while since
Rick Delgado.
That's where you go, baby.
Yeah.
Shag Harbor. Catch me there.
Oh, behave. All right. So
Yeah, that's the one in Nova Scotia. I believe that it was underwater. They followed it for a while underwater. It was moving pretty slow. And then just kind of escaped them, if I'm correct. Am I correct with my Shag Harbor recall? Don't know.
I love it. Stevie Ray in the X chat. I hope that's because you love Stevie Ray Vaughan like I do.
Live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice on a Thursday night. Slicks here with sports. We'll do a final sports recap towards the end. First, let's jump over to my buddy Paul Nolan. Paul Nolan, of course, looking pretty good. You know what? You said, "Oh, I didn't have a chance to change." Don't ever change. You're perfect just the way you are.
You know what?
Wait a minute.
Don't change it.
Is it Valentine's Day?
That really got a good laugh out of Erin.
Can we just?
We got a few out of Erin tonight. She's laughing.
Can
You
we
guys
just
seeing other
keep
people?
her mic'd up? She is the cutest thing.
Anyhow, so anything else on your radar there, Paul, that you want to make sure we hit?
There was a couple things in here. I just, I don't know if I'm overdoing the turning point and the Charlie thing. I mean, I won't lie. Like, I really pray with I'm putting my heart and soul into my prayers. The turning point grows at an exponential level. I don't want this, this joy, this euphoria, this revival to die out. So I'm going to just go a quick little story here. Turning Point USA names Erica Kirk CEO and chair of the board following her, the assassination. And, the press release was posted on X. And I just want to say that I just hope everybody can find a way to just keep them, if you have $5 here or there. And,
definitely support them.
If you got any way to stay in touch with them. And if you had any thought of just letting Christ into your life, just go to a church and get a Bible and go to a group and talk to somebody, because it's the greatest joy you'll ever feel.
And another way you can support them is just spreading the clips that are already out there, right? Because that's going to be, I think that's going to be one of the most powerful things that he's done. That maybe, when a lot of times you do stuff and you don't realize what you're doing at the time, and how that can be used down the road to kind of further a message. I think all these back and forths that he's had with these kids, as these college kids are getting older, and they look back, like, I remember challenging that guy, and then they just start going through life, and they may have had a kind of an awakening as well. But later on down the road, and be like, you know what, he was right. He was trying to warn me about this and that, and challenge me, and I want to, kind of pick up. He was winning hearts and minds, kind of try and do the same thing where I can. You never know how that's going to inspire people.
Yeah, he was winning hearts and minds everywhere. And the truth of the matter is that, he was helping kids more than anyone. He didn't know they were being helped. But history will shine back on this, and it will prove that he was one of the single most influential, maybe the most influential person in over 100 years of this country, more so, in my opinion, than the great leaders we saw throughout the 60s. I just don't think that's an understatement at all. He was fearless in his truth. He was brilliant in his recall. He was unflappable. He was a one in a million, once in a generation, once in a century type of person. And there's just not enough accolades for the kid, Charlie Kirk, who's done more in 31 years than people will do in
31 lifetimes.
Yeah. But I also felt he had genuine empathy for the people he was talking to, who he felt were either misguided, confused, or not understanding things in the right way. He had genuine, sincere empathy in how he communicated with them, which probably really would, affects them.
Actually, it's kind of funny you say that, because he didn't believe in empathy. Believe it or not, he said, "I don't believe in the word empathy." He believed more in sympathy. He thought empathy was a kind of a fake word. I think it was more the sympathy that you're looking for, because I know
his Christian Holy Spirit within him.
But I guess the point is that he didn't look down upon them or judge them or whatever. Right. He looked at them as, well, let me help you to try and understand this. I respect where you're coming from type of thing. And also what you were talking about, the videos and so on, there's a library of Charlie Kirk isms that are similar to libraries of epic,
Stoics.
Books and research files and all. It's decades of information in his library. Those could run for years and years and years and years and teach people and show that on subjects that'll probably be still going on, within the next decade or so. But that library itself, it's epic, because he did so many.
Yeah.
And they were in social media clips, in shorter form.
He's like a modern day Marcus Aurelius, right?
He's
very much.
He was a Stoic. He was a great Christian. He was, historian. He was just Just incredible
and a
kid,
good basketball player, and he could throw a football too.
Yeah, he was 6'5". He had a good height.
And he loved the Cubs.
Yeah, and he was a regular guy too. Man, he just wanted to hang out and talk sports or whatever.
Oregon Ducks too. He was a big Ducks fan.
Big Oregon Ducks fan. Speaking of
which
sports,
they're playing well too.
Yeah,
Ducks
speaking of sports, let's do it with Slick Rick. Slick Rick Sports brought to you by Mike Lindell's MyPillow. Go to mypillow.com. Use our code LFS6B at checkout. Slick, what do you got? I see things are a little tight in Buffalo.
Yeah, they are. We got a good game in Buffalo right now. 12:33 to go in the third, so just underway in the second half here. Tied at 14. Buffalo scored Miami scored a touchdown right at the end of the half there, so looking pretty good. Tua Tagovailoa, his numbers came up a little bit better as well. 12 of 18 for a touchdown and 66 yards. But Josh Allen has them on the move again. They're inside the 2-yard line here, and it looks like Buffalo is driving, but they've got to cover 11.5 for Slick and Aaron to get the win tonight. So we need a little work here. This Kincaid tight end kid is playing great tonight too. So we will see what happens there. But so we're tied at 14, but I think that Buffalo's going to go in and go ahead. And I think ultimately they will pull away. And speaking of this game, Bills paid tribute to Charlie Kirk ahead of the game versus the Dolphins. Jackson Thompson of Fox News reporting the Buffalo Bills played a video tribute to Charlie Kirk on Thursday night before a game against the Dolphins. A video memorializing Kirk was seen playing on the Jumbotron at Highmark Stadium. The Bills became the 10th NFL team to honor Kirk during the Green Bay Packers, New York Jets, Dallas Cowboys, Miami Dolphins, New Orleans Saints, Kansas City Chiefs, Pittsburgh Steelers, Tennessee Titans, and Arizona Cardinals, who did so in Week 2. If you don't see your team, there's a good chance that they could have been on the road, so they couldn't have done it. But the NFL mandated that the Packers hold a moment of silence before their game against the Washington Commanders last Thursday, but later put out a statement saying the rest of the league's teams would make their own decisions on whether to honor Kirk on Sunday and Monday. As I reported earlier in the week, the Ravens, Bengals, Lions, Texans, Indianapolis Colts, and of course Minnesota Vikings and the Las Vegas Raiders did not honor Kirk ahead of their games. So at least one NFL
shame
NFL
on them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's keep notes on that.
Disgrace, and I'm making mental notes on it too. That's really a shame to see that. And you can't tell me those were oversights because you know darn well they're not. So no pass on that. And that's a wrap in sports. Rick, back to you.
All right, thank you, Slick. And again, Slick Rick Sports brought to you by Mike Lindell's MyPillow. Go to mypillow.com. Vin, we got about a minute and a half. Got anything?
I got two things. First off, I don't know if you heard this, but the government in the UK, it's probably why they received Trump so well. The Labour Party government basically argued that they will allow Sharia courts to operate in the United Kingdom. Wow. It's a fundamental British value. Can you believe they even use these words? A fundamental British value to allow Sharia law courts in the UK. That is blasphemy, honestly, to every citizen of the United Kingdom. But that's where they're going. That's why this mass immigration, all this stuff is so scary. That's why maintaining your culture and what you have as your bare essentials of your society are so important. I was in Miami not too long ago, and I went to order something, and the person didn't speak any English. They spoke Spanish, and they could live by speaking Spanish in Miami, not learning English at all, generations. Now, no criticism to that person in a sense, but you're here in the United States, learn the language. And I think that's the problem that they have in the UK.
I've always felt that way.
You're here visiting, or you're here as an immigrant. Learn how we do stuff. That's why you're here. You
when in Rome,
you are.
When in Rome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's about assimilating to the culture, not trying to take over.
We're not beholden to your way of life. You should be. You're coming here. Join us and do what we do.
Yeah, exactly. Good points, Vin. Thank you for making them. That puts a wrap on another edition of LFS6B. We appreciate it as always. Thank you for watching. We salute our military, active and retired, our first responders across the board, EMTs, firefighters, police, Border Patrol, ICE agents, everybody working the front lines. We appreciate it. Keep your heads on a swivel. Stay safe out there. Thank you to everybody on the show. Paul Nolan and his work boot. Slick Rick, Vinnie Mac, and of course Aaron and Fran in the booth. Everybody in the chat, so we appreciate it. Wrap Mod 3, we see you in there. Thank you for watching. We'll be back tomorrow night. Full house with the exception of Damon. Till then, have a great night. We'll see you